Now, one thing I was not going to let cancer stop me from doing was exercising. Because, like I said earlier, I was always an active person even before cancer. And I'm not going to just lay in bed and do nothing. So, even though I was connected to a machine, I still exercised. I needed to stay active, I needed to keep moving. And so, this was a battle, a fight against cancer, and my attitude was basically, no, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. So I continued to exercise, even though I was criticized by family and friends and saying, wait a minute, what are you doing? You need to be resting and recovering. But I got permission from the doctor, because I told the doctor, I said, as long as I'm strong, as long as I stay within my level and don't go beyond my limits, can I exercise? And they said, yes, go ahead. And so that's exactly what I did. So even though I got criticized, I continued to do it. So what's to do in a hospital when you're there for 5 days? Not much. If they're not moving around for tests or anything, then you're pretty much in your room. They encourage you to walk around the floor. I was told not to leave the floor, so I couldn't go downstairs to the cafeteria. So I worked on my computer, I ate, I watched a little TV, I slept. But it almost feels like you're in prison because you can't leave. And especially me, it was harder for me because I had a tube connected to my chest. Made it more difficult for me to move around. So I would work on some design work on the computer while I could, or read, took notes, learned off YouTube videos, but really not much else other than thinking about how blessed you are having supporters who are with you in spirit and who are praying for you throughout the entire time. And you need that kind of support when you're being admitted, because each visit or each admission was 5 days, and I was admitted a total of 5 different times. So over a 4-month time span, I've been in the hospital for 25 days. Now, the times that I wasn't admitted to the hospital, I would have to go and get blood tests. So I had to get blood drawn twice a week, and then would have follow-up appointments, meeting with physician assistants and nurse practitioners, and they would look at the numbers when they get the results back from the blood test. And there were a lot of times where my hemoglobin was low and they would order a transfusion, another transfusion, or you're low on platelets, and so they'd have to order a platelet transfusion. But that's how it was. So at least twice a week for the time that I was there, that's what I was doing. They were just monitoring me the whole time. And yes, it did get tiring after a while, but something that I had to do. As you might expect, being the #1 cancer center in the United States, MD Anderson was busy. I saw traffic coming in and out, and I saw people coming in at all times of the day, not only from the United States, but internationally, from different countries as well. I decided to be treated at MD Anderson because they are the #1 cancer center in the nation, and they've done extensive research on different types of cancers, and they've developed different approaches to curing different types of cancer. And it's not just one hospital. You've got the main hospital building, but then you have several clinics that are there too. And what I found interesting is that it's not just MD Anderson in this area. There are several medical institutions that are in the area as well, and they make up what's known there as the Texas Medical Center. So I guess if you're sick, this is the place to be. And their vision is to make cancer history. You see that plastered on the walls of the hospital. You see it on the sides of their shuttles. But their goal is to make cancer history.